Eric here with Heatcable.com, and today I want to tell you about the controller options, or how you may want to consider operating your heat cable. Now, to make one thing clear, I want to make sure everybody understands, self-regulating heat cable does not turn itself on or turn itself off, so you still have to turn it on. Therefore, I'm going to give you a few options and ideas that we use out in the industry, and I'll even share my personal favorite to help you know what you can use for your system. Most of you are probably familiar with some of the most common ways to turn on a heat cable system is with a switch. It might already be in your home, installed from the electricians, but on, off. Another option is using the breaker itself, but some people will actually opt to bypass any switches, controllers. They just want the heat cable to run off of the breaker itself, flipping that switch on, off, powering up the heat tape, and that is it. Now, if that's your cup of tea, that's what you want to go with, sure, go with it. Keep in mind that your switch needs to be in the panel, your panel needs to be accessible, and the door able to open. In some of our other videos, we talked about on the electrical side, you need to have a circuit interrupter for the system. Now, this right here is an actual GFCI switch. Sometimes this will be placed in place of a switch in the wall, acts as a circuit interrupter. It's not the right rating for self-regulating heat cable. Constant wattage, this may work, but be advised, if you're using something like this, you could shorten the life of the circuit interrupter if you're using it as a switch. That also goes along with one of these guys. So this is a GFEP pigtail, and it does have a test reset button on it that you can push and test reset it. But again, if you use this as a switch, you could be shortening the life of the circuit interrupter, which I advise not to do. Now again, when it comes to controllers, we're going into a little bit more depth, what operates the system and automates what you're doing. Out of mind, out of sight, you don't have to worry about it. But here's one option, is a DS8. This is a good product. It's not my favorite, but it has a moisture sensor if it's installed correctly, which most of the time people don't install it correctly. And it has a thermostat on the side, but when installed, it'll turn your system on based on moisture and temperature. When things can freeze, it'll activate the system. Most of the time this is not installed correctly, and then the system does fall behind and it needs to be serviced. Another system, it's kind of cool, it's newer, it's got some advanced technology, but is a camera system designed by a company called Powder Watts. This device has 2 cameras in a window, and this mounts on your roof, looks at your heat tape system, and it sends information back to a switch mounted inside your house, and it tells the heat cable system to turn on. But there are a lot of control devices. Know what kind of control device you want, what's convenient for you, and how you want to operate your system. My favorite way is I use my Alexa device, and I have it tied to a Wi-Fi switch. So I say, Alexa, turn my heat cable on for 3 days. And then it operates for 3 days, automatically turns off. So I hope this information's been good, helpful, and informative. If you have any other questions, please reach out to our experts at Heatcable.com. Thanks again.